to do the intros, I'm going to send it over to our grand president, Mr. William Fawcett.
Hey, Chad, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Outstanding. Well, first, I appreciate everything that you and Natita are doing, and Nat and Shanita, and we're very excited about the path that we are on as both a team and a company. And no one embodies that excitement and professionalism more than the person I'm introducing. I've known him about 12 years now, and one of the things about Marshall Fortson is that he doesn't just talk the talk, he also walks the walk. And I can recall years in the past him telling me that he was laying a foundation for the future. He was building for long term. He wasn't worried about what people were doing day to day or month to month even, but he was focusing on producing dividends for years to come. And I saw that play out before my eyes. You hear that a lot, particularly as a leader or executive in a company, but I saw him do exactly what he said. Ultimately, in a former company, he was the top producer for a period of several years. And so I'm so excited that he and his team, his fiance Ashley and others have chosen to align with us here in World. And they came out of the gate very quickly, hit double president. And you can see he's been telling me again that we haven't seen anything yet. And you can see that they are certainly serious. You can see him sitting in their, as they call it, World Chicago headquarters, a brand new facility that they put together. So it's very exciting. It's just the beginning for him. He has a tremendous background, multi-million-dollar producer in traditional business. He's been, like Fabio Galdi, a category creator. And so I'm so excited to hear what he has to say here today about creating success in business and specifically in World Global Network. So let me now turn it over to my good friend, brother actually, and double president in World, Mr. Marshall Fortson.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep, sure can.
Well, before I go any further, I definitely have to give it up to my mentor for over 12 years in this industry, a guy I have a lot of respect for. And honestly, he is definitely the reason that I'm here because of the respect that me, my entire family, and my entire team has for this guy. And that is Mr. William Fawcett, that will soon be president millionaire in this company. So thanks a lot. I definitely have to give it up to you. We would not be here if it wasn't for you. I definitely also want to give it up to John and Patrice Jones, my other mentors in the industry for over a decade. We've been together, great leaders in the industry. And I definitely also have to give it up to the awesome leadership here in this company of WGN, World Global Network. Chad, you know you're my main man. We love you here in Chicago. We really, really appreciate what you did on the front end of really helping us get situated. Also, Romacio, I cannot leave him out, and I would definitely be wrong if I left out Mike Sims, okay? Mike Sims, you definitely have been great example on everything of leadership, and you guys have set an example for us of the possibilities that we can have here in World. And I also want to say hello to all of the world changers across the world. It's just great being on the line with you. I'm looking forward to meeting you. We like working with you. I know you all don't see us a lot. You will see us more. We're learning the system. We're getting adjusted here in Chicago. We have a hectic schedule, and I will kind of really go over and share that with you as we go on with this training. But we are definitely listening in. We are going over the recordings. We are going over the trainings. And I want to thank all of you all for leading by the example. Now, I must really say that we here in Chicago, and not just Chicago, but nationwide, our team, we believe that this is just the beginning of something real big. And we think this is be something bigger than any of us have ever seen before. Just the timing, the product, the leadership, the company, this is just unbelievable. And so we are just really, really keeping it honest. We are right now just at the beginning. We are getting started of what we believe will be one of the biggest runs that this industry has ever seen. And so what we are doing now, just being honestly, we're just keeping it to the basics, okay? We're just keeping it to the basic fundamentals, and we are learning the system, we are learning the technology, but what we are doing is our main focus is building a massive organization. That's our main focus, is building a massive organization, because we know in Singapore and in the future, the best has not come yet. And so right now we are in the trenches, just building, because we understand whoever has the largest team or has largest distribution will make the most money. And so we are super excited about positioning, being in front of this, because we know that the best announcements and the best that this company has to offer has not come yet. So we take everything that you leaders say word for word. We trust you all. And I'm telling you all, I want to say that nobody is working harder than we are working here in the Millionaires Club, we believe. And so let me just share with you some of the basic things that we're doing right now. And what I mean basics is, first, we always said, and in our team, we have what we call the 3-step process that guarantees success. And, the 3 steps is basically, number 1, make sure you get product. That's step number 1, is getting product. We tell anyone, if they follow these 3 steps, it will equal success. And so the first step is getting product. Now, we can talk about the product packages, we could talk about the bundles, we could talk about the Pro Pack, but I highly recommend that people get inventory. The more you invest, the quicker you position yourself to be in profit and the more money you can make. And so I always tell people, you heard it before, if you treat this like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And I'm here to say that we are treating this like a multi-million-dollar business, okay? We are treating this very, very serious, okay? And so the key is that, I understand this first step is become your own customer, get product. Now, some people may get may get the personal pack, and that's fine if you get something for yourself. But just think, if you got a builder pack or above, and especially if you took advantage of the packs with the biases, then you can actually go out and retail the product, and you can put yourself in a profit situation right away, not talking about when you start working the comp plan. And so that's a major key of the first step that we tell everybody on our team. There are 3 major steps. Step 1 is become a customer, get product. And we show the difference, okay, and the importance of just between a personal pack all the way up to the Pro Pack. We really do have a nice number of people on my team that buy the Pro Pack, ladies and gentlemen. And I've seen people buy a Pro Pack on a Monday, and by the time Friday comes, they have sold everything and made over $1,000 profit right away. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's a major step in building your business, is you being an example, all right? Getting and being a customer of having the product, okay? Now, the second step is where we're going to spend time, okay? And that is the list. Step 2 is always the list, okay? And we like to say, we want you to start off with a list of at least 100 names on a sheet of paper, okay? 100 names is just the start. All right. Now, the list is very powerful. Anybody can write 100 names on a sheet of paper. But what's so powerful about me, when I sit down with all people that are starting my business, I ask them for the first 10 names. I want them to be the 10 most successful people that they know. Simple as that. All right. I want the 10 most successful people that you know. So in other words, if I'm in a room with 10 representatives and I ask them for a list, see, we can loosely say this word list, but you must have strategy, because I want to go straight to the cream of the crop. And so in other words, if I have 10 people and they're giving me a 100-name list, the first 10 names I want are the 10 most successful people that you know. And if 10 people give me a list of 10 successful people, what do I mean by successful people? These are people that have money. Let's keep this simple. These are not just people that have potential. These are people that have money, that are used to making money. They may own a business. They are successful. So understand, if 10 people give me 10 names, now I have 100 names of successful people to work with. This is where I want to spend my time. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, time is key. A lot of us spend most of the time talking to the neighbor, the friend, the best friend. We will get to them later. But remember, if you want a successful business, you must have successful people in your business. And therefore, you can move faster and get to where you're going. Okay? And so the 10 most successful people in the business. All right? Those are the first 10 names. And then we can go so forth and so on, like your family members, your friends, your co-workers, you know, your neighbors, people you worship with, people that you recreation with, so forth and so on. But once again, the key thing I want you to understand here is me, Marshall Fortson, when I'm building a strong team, the first 10 names that I want are the 10 most successful people that you know. Most people are scared to approach these people. Okay? Most people are scared to approach these people. Okay? So next, what I want to talk about is the formula. The formula that we say equals success. Now, I know we're still on step 2. Before I go into step 3, I'm going to talk about what we're going to do with the list of 100 names. Okay? Now, remember, this business is all about exposures. This is only a numbers game. Okay? Whoever shares this opportunity with the most people will make the most money. Okay? Now, this formula is peak, play, pass, or peak, play, close. I'm going to say this again. Peak, play. I'm going to say this again. It's peak, play, pass, or peak, play, close. Now watch this. It's peak, play, close, or peak, play, pass. Do you understand? So let's talk about first, to peak. Peak is to pique someone's interest. The goal of your peak is to make someone curious. All right? So most of your peaks should be one-liners. What's an example? Keep it simple, you all. Most people try to make this or complicate the business. Just keep it simple. So if my goal was to pique Chad, I would call Chad up and say, hey, Chad, how's it going? Man, I got something you've got to see. Now, what would Chad usually say? Hey, Marshall, what is it? Are you with me? Now, this is where most people fumble the ball because most people talk too much. And when you talk, you've lost. This is key, you all. I'm giving you multi-million-dollar game right here. When you talk about the business, as soon as you say this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, I'll start describing out of your mouth, you've lost. You must use the tools to build your business. So, my peak Chad, and the key is, ladies and gentlemen, this is key. You must have excitement. You must have energy. So, whatever you have to do to hype yourself up, you have to jump and do 50 push-ups before you get on the phone. Ladies, you have to do 15 jumping jacks. Whatever you have to do to pump yourself up. You get pumped up and say, hey, Chad, I got something you got to see. And people say, man, what is it? What is it? And the answer is, hey, you've got to see this. I'm going to send you a video right away. Tell me what you think. This is life-changing. Do you see the energy? Are you with me? So that's the peak. The goal of the peak is to get someone curious. After the peak, the next step is play. Now, there's multiple ways you can peak. Some people you can say, hey, man, I found a way we can make some serious money. What is it? Hey, you've got to check this video out. Remember, you have to have a strong peak game. The problem is a lot of people are trying to share the opportunity without a strong peak. So the next step is play. Play means to play the opportunity, share the opportunity. They want this play the movie. The movie is the presentation. So we have multiple, this is what I love about the company world. We have multiple ways to play the opportunity. Okay? To play the opportunity. We have a 3-minute video that works like a charm. It's unbelievable. We also have webinars. Okay? And so now, when we get into the play, ladies and gentlemen, okay, after play is close. Now, understand, ladies and gentlemen, soon as a person sees the 3-minute video, they have seen a play. The first step was peak. The second step was play. After the play, the next step is close. So now we're talking, like Ramasio and Chad talks about, the follow-up. Hey, Chad, what did you think about that video? Man, that video is hot. Hey, the first thing I'm doing is going strictly for the close, ladies and gentlemen. Most people spend too much time talking about the technology. At that point, I've did the peak. They've saw the play. Now I'm going strictly for the close. The close is, hey, you need to join my team so we can start making money off of this. Simple as that. Now, if they have any questions after that, absolutely. The next step we all know is to get them in front of the 30-minute presentation or get them on a webinar. So we were unable to close. What do? Pass the ball. Is peak, play, close? If I couldn't close, is peak, play, pass? Now I'm passing them to an expert, because this is where a lot of us fumble the ball. If you did a good peak and you've got them to see a play, a lot of people are not passing them to the upline for a close. I was having a conversation. We have different people that are good at different things. So in other words, when I go to the car dealership, I ask my friend, I say, what's the process when you go to a car dealership? As soon as you walk on the lot, they have a guy that says, hey, guy, hey, what kind of car are you looking for? And they will pique your interest with all sorts of bells and whistles with this car. This guy will show you this car, that car. Then what he would do next? He would take you on a drive. But when you say, I like the car, what does the car salesman do? He takes you straight to the office, to the closer. This is the finance guy. This is the paper guy. Now, if you ask this finance guy about the car, the features, he may not know nothing about the features of the car. He knows how to close the deal. And that's the great thing you have here when you have an upline. You have people that are great at closing. You have the diamonds, you have the presidents, you have the president millionaires. They are sitting around waiting for you to throw people to them to close. Excellent closers. And so the formula is peak, play, close. Because the close right away is, hey, we need to get together. Why don't you join my team and make money? Some people will say, yes, let's do it. That's the close right away. Some people may have questions. Well, what about this? What about this? Remember, when you talk, you lost. So what you want to do at this point is you want to get them back on that webinar or a 30-minute full presentation that would most likely answer all of the questions. After they see that presentation again, remember, that's another play. then you go for the close again or pass them to your upline for the close. Usually if they see the presentation twice, they are interested and they will join your business because they would not come back for a second time if they were not interested. The closing percentage is much higher when they seen the 3-minute video. Now they jump on a webinar. Now let's close the deal. If you can't close it, pass the ball. In basketball, let's call it an assist. You pass it to someone on your team so they can close or score the bucket. So remember, the formula is peak, play, close. So now remember, the 3-step process was step 1, become your own customer, get product. Keep it simple, get product. The second step, that list of 100 names, and you're just starting with a 100-name list. My mentor, William Fawcett taught me a long time ago that 10 calls a day in this industry will make you a millionaire. So 10 exposures a day off of that list: peak, play, close, peak, play, pass. And remember, practice makes perfect. We all were bad before we got good. So 10 a day will make you a millionaire. But if you start with a 100-name list, the key is you must keep adding to the list. So step 1, become a customer. Step 2, the list. And the third step is a grand opening, ladies and gentlemen. You hear it all the time in network marketing, is grand opening. And grand opening is an event. Now, there are different ways you can have this grand opening. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all, team. I'm going to be very honest with you all. I believe a lot in the old-fashioned way. So a lot of my success has been a business reception where we invite people to a home, we invite people to a facility, and we're able to showcase the product. We're able to shake hands. We're able to give a hug. We're able to give a smile. We're able to ask any questions, and we're able to close the deal. So we have been getting representatives to do grand openings at their home, at their office, where they invite people and we come in as experts and share the information. We also do the virtual grand openings, and this is just the outstanding system that we love that WGN has, and that is the Zoom system. It is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, where we can do 4 and 5 Zoom grand openings a day. Let me just tell you all, we are Zoom crazy. A lot of time you don't see us is because we are averaging 4 and 5 Zooms a day. We cannot believe that we can really, really grow our business like this, and it's working. It's only been 90 days and our business is over 11 countries already, and we are just starting. That's the power of the Zoom. But let me tell you, when you mix both of them together, when you do the physical events and when you do the virtual events by the way of Zoom, you are building crazy momentum. And now this is what you are building, a multi-million-dollar business. You are building a major distribution. And one thing about it, if you duplicate yourself, if you build a team that are 10 people that are doing 10 calls a day, that are doing at least 2 to 3 Zooms a day, 1 physical event a week, you are crushing this business. And so that's the formula. My formula to success is 3 cities a week. Our goal is to build our business in 3 cities a week every week. So this past week, we were in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're in Chicago. We're also in Milwaukee area. 3 cities a week. This is just the beginning. And then it will grow to 3 countries a week, because we have 195 countries that we are doing business in. So we are super excited. We are super excited about Singapore. With that being said, I want to close this out by giving you a walkthrough of a facility here in Chicago. And remember, guys, when I told you I make my list, I made a list of the 10 most successful people that I know. All right. And so this is where a lot of people make the mistake. They go to people they think that need extra money versus people that are already successful. And so my business partner, right now, he just left America. He flew into Dubai, and I think he just landed in Ghana, Mr. Saeed Hassan Diamond. He's soon on his way to be president this month. But what we have started, he has been in the clothing industry, and he has a warehouse of over 70,000 square feet. And he has committed the whole entire second floor of the warehouse for World here in Chicago. And unbelievable, the facilities. We have flat screens on every wall, presentations. We're talking over 20,000 square feet, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking boardrooms where we are doing 3 and 4 meetings a day, where groups are coming in from all over the world. I have 3 meetings today where people are flying in groups where we're showing the presentation. We have offices. We have a state-of-the-art presentation room, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. When we do presentations here, it can Zoom and stream anywhere in the world, and people can log in and see live presentations and trainings. So we can't wait for Chad and Atita, Ramashio, and all the leaders to come here in the state-of-the-art facilities. And so this is just unbelievable investment, and we are expecting unbelievable sign-up. People come in, they understand. Now, that's the key of having inventory. And last but not least, we also have the green room. And this is the green room, ladies and gentlemen, where we had 3 or 4 doctors in this weekend giving live testimonies about the Hilo. We had Dr. Acker, all right? He's been a cardiologist for 52 years, giving live testimonies about the excitement and the energy about Hilo. And so we're doing different events. We have a nursing event. We have an event with a group of doctors that are coming in, and all of them are super excited about this product. And so, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this guy, Mr. Saeed Hassan, who is serious about Hilo, who is serious about World, he has basically put his money where his mouth is. And we're excited to welcome any and all of you all here. And once again, we will see you at Singapore for the announcements. And back to you, Chad. Thanks for letting you talk. Thank you, Mr. William Fawcett. Thank you, Mr. John Jones. And a big shout out to Ashley Cooper and the entire Millionaires Club team. We love you all. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you at the top. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Marshall. Love that facility. Can't wait to be there in Chicago at that facility. Say hello to Saeed for me. He was really nice and kind when I was back there. And I'm excited for you guys. I'm just thinking about your training and about Singapore. It's going to be phenomenal. And what you train about, Marshall, is definitely grassroots thing, is what all leaders do. You know, the peak, play, and close. But the big one that a lot of people don't do, and I tell people do, is peak, play, and pass. Sometimes this is a teamwork situation. As I was in Solomon Islands earlier this week, I told people that because you grew up in a society where you're told to do things, you grew up in a society where you got to make all the decisions, where you got to do what is told to you on your own and not ask someone else to do your work. That's the society where people grow up in, and that is not network marketing. Network marketing is about a team of people working together to be successful business partners. So I tell them, it's okay to pass. It's okay to have people in your leadership help you. Don't ask for help when you're on the last straw. You got to work on it together. Myself and Natita, we use when we can't close, guess what, guys? We don't close all the time, but when we can't close, we always pass and keep the ball rolling. We keep on moving. So Marshall, thank you so much for your training, your inventory. I mean, all that steps that you're sharing with is definitely the grassroots of how this business is done. And I'm excited for you, brother, and looking forward in seeing you in Singapore. Thank you once again. So let's continue with our slides from Monday Update called Previous Events. Guys, as you saw on Facebook this week, there's a lot happening around the world. In Thailand, Vietnam, and Taiwan, they had an event on at the same weekend. And, you know, what's fun about what we do, and, you know, Solomon Islands, we're going to share with you in a second, is that all these countries, we are one world, one team, but they love, you know, yelling for their own country. Vietnam was, you know, was going, we are world changers, Vietnam, Vietnam. Taiwan is saying Taiwan, Taiwan. Thailand is going Thailand, Thailand. And, you know, getting together at the grassroots levels, having these events are so important. I'm looking forward for the leadership, looking forward for all of us to continue having more events where all of us and all of you can attend a local event. I mean, Thailand, Vietnam, and Taiwan, you know, here's some examples of low income, mid income, and high income people, but all fighting for the same opportunity. And next, I was in Solomon Islands, guys. I mean, Solomon Islands was definitely an eye-opener. I did not know what to expect going there. And one thing I do, guys, this is a tip. I don't want to expect too much when I go somewhere. My goal is when I go to an event, my goal is to pour into the leadership. So all I wanted to do when I went to Solomon Islands was pour into Placid, who is the grand diamond there through the You Can Too leadership, the leadership in the UK, Peter Webb and Dave and Gas and Graham and Jason. I mean, they have done a phenomenal job leading Placid. And my goal was just to go there and pour into him. Whether he had one or over 500 people in the room, which he did, it didn't really matter. And if you've never been to Solomon Islands, guys, you know what? It is the people that are hungry. They're hungry for an opportunity. They don't really have a good view on what network marketing is. So I had to go back old school and talk about ESBI, talk about how the industry network marketing works, how big it is. And we had some dignitaries in the meeting. We had the police commissioner there, right? We had so many. I met the ex-prime minister of Solomon Islands. He wasn't in a meeting. We were at the hotel together, but I met him and got to talk to him a little bit. But these people in Solomon Islands are hungry. The average income there is $400 a month. If you make $400 a month, that's pretty good. So Placid is he's leading a movement over there. He's leading a charge to educate his people on opportunity and what it means. You don't have to, you know, work like crazy for $400. One of the stories that was told that there was a young man who came on board. He is an engineer. He works in a different island. He goes to work at 6 a.m. and comes back way past dark time, 6 days a week. In his first week in World, he checked his back office, and the dollars that he saw, he thought was Solomon dollars. But Solomon dollars to US dollars is 8 times more. Right? Sorry, US dollars to Solomon dollars is 8 times more. So when Placid told him, no, in your last week, you nearly made your whole year's income. Your whole year's income in 1 week. That guy was in shock. He didn't realize that this was even possible. And that is why network marketing, it is what it is. And I love it. You know, I think I heard this from Wes Anderson. He said, it doesn't matter if you just came out of jail or just came out of Harvard University. Everyone has the same opportunity here in World. And even in World right now, it doesn't matter if you joined a year ago. It doesn't matter if you joined last week. You all have the same opportunity to be number one in your city, number one in your state, number one in your country. It doesn't matter when you start. It's what you do with the time you have right now. Marshall's right. 10 calls a day will get you to a millionaire much faster in this business, but 10 right calls a day will get you even faster. Don't give this opportunity to people that you think needs it. Give it to people. Give it to them too, but give it to people that understands. Give it to the 10 most successful people, because I always say success brings on success. If you talk to 10 successful people, guess what? Your business can only have success. You know what? They treated me like a king over there. I had a 24-hour security guard with me, 3 armed patrol guards with me to go and give these people some information. And you know what? In Solomon Islands, there's no movie theater. There's no McDonald's. There is no 7-Eleven, right? There's not much. But guess what? There's 700,000 people looking for an opportunity. And Placid is the leader who has created a grand diamond, a double diamond, and 3 diamonds out of Solomon Islands. Guys, think about that. 700,000 people in that country. The average income is $400 a month. That country has less people than the city that you're living in right now for most of you. For most of you. Guys, why? Because there's no other way. What is Placid's background? He owns a pest control company. And he goes, guess what? That's hard work. That is hard work. And he's on his own. And World Global Network marketing is all about teamwork. So I look forward for Placid to become a president extremely soon so he can share his story with all of you and his diamonds. Man, there's one lady there in the photo on the top right and the far right. She is quite experienced. I don't want to say old, quite experienced. She's a school teacher. And she goes, I never knew about this kind of business. And she's a diamond right now. A lot of people in Solomon Islands had no idea what this is. And when they found out about it, all their eyes opened up. It was a tremendous crowd. The public transport system closed at 8 p.m. and the meeting went on till 9:30, 10. So virtually everyone in that crowd that you see, nearly everyone had to walk home because there's no public transportation. Next morning at 8 a.m., I did a training for about 150 people who came back. And we did a 4-hour training on our system. But I'm looking for big things. A lot of them will be coming to Singapore. And I wish them all the best. And I can't wait to go there. So, guys, that was an amazing trip. This is a great story, a great testimonial where most people think you can't. Well, guess what? If you think you can't, you're already lost. But Placid, it doesn't matter about his circumstance. It's not where he is today. It's where he wants to go and give opportunity to all these people here. So fantastic event in Solomon Islands and looking for greater and bigger things from there. Other events that we